clients with everything from outsourced bookkeeping and accounting to fractional CFO services and long-term forecasting, helping you plan for the future and weather uncertainty with ease. Mullen & Jenkins can turn financial insight into business foresight. Don't forget to grab the best glasses. It's not a nose thing when you're afraid to go upside down in the pool. It's to clean your glasses. They work incredibly well. So please take those with you on your way out today. And lastly, I would like to thank our April program co-sponsors, Freeman Mathis and Gary, and Pinnacle Financial Partners. At this time, I'm pleased to announce and introduce Rob Garcia is with us, and also Trey Parrish is Senior Director of Freeman Mathis and Gary. Gentlemen.
Good to see you. Thank you, Mike, and it's a pleasure being here with all of you today. It's great to co-sponsor this event with our friends Freeman Mathis and Gary, with whom we have been friends and business associates for many, many years, so it's an honor to be with them again. Excited to be at this Roxy. What an amazing facility, and you really look around, you can it's hard not to take for granted, or you should never take for granted this enormous facility, particularly when you read the recent financial report of this of the Battery and the Braves in Truist Park. That was in the MDJ last week. Enormous success, way ahead of plan. It is a humongous financial success, and so it is so great to be here. We can't celebrate the enormous success without thinking of our friend Tim Lee and the amazing work that he did to make this all happen. So congratulations to Mike and to Derek for an amazing job here. Thank you. So I'm truly honored to be here and one of the sponsors to hear our governor speak, Brian Kemp. He's going to give us an update on the 2024 legislative session. But when you listen to the news and you hear what's going on in states around our country, and you hear the difficult crime problem that you have, the challenges with immigration, the billions and billions of budget deficits that some of these states are running, you can't help but to appreciate the enormous job that our governor has done here in our state. We are so fortunate to have such strong leadership that really has our state just clicking on all cylinders right now. So we're so honored to be a part of this presentation today as a sponsor. And great to be a sponsor member of the Pinnacle family. We've been here now for our 4th year. We started the Atlanta operations for Pinnacle in January of 2020. Pinnacle, for those that may not know, is a 26-year-old, $50 billion bank based out of Nashville, Tennessee. But we started, as I mentioned, in January of 2020. And we have been excited at the enormous success that we have enjoyed and the welcoming of this enormous community. We have had such great run here, and we've enjoyed it. Currently, we have 3 offices in Metro Atlanta. One in Buckhead, we have an office in North Fulton, and our main office right here in the Cumberland area of Cobb. And this year we're opening our 4th office. We're opening an office in North Yards, which is just east of Georgia Tech on North Avenue. And we're opening an office that we call a Peer Center, which is the Pinnacle Economic Empowerment Resource Center. And it's a full-service office focusing and providing financial services to traditionally underserved and disadvantaged communities. And so while unfortunately many banks and financial institutions are fleeing the underserved markets, I'm so proud to say that our bank and our company is leaning in and moving into that. So that'll be an opportunity for us to provide very specific products and services that are tailor-made for the low and moderate income community. So we're very excited about that opportunity. That should be in place probably toward the end of the summer, and working on our 5th office as well. So we're hopeful in the early planning stages, hopeful to be in the Gwinnett County market by perhaps the end of the year or first of next. So we're right now at about 100 associates at Pinnacle, which is hard to believe, starting 3.5 years ago. So we're excited for this opportunity. So on behalf of the Pinnacle family, thank you for this opportunity. Governor, thank you in advance for what I know is going to be a tremendous presentation of great successes in our state. And thank you, Cobb Chamber, for this opportunity to be here with you today. Appreciate it.
Good morning. I'm Trey Parrish, and I'm with the Freeman Mathis and Gary Law Firm and Freeman Mathis Decisions. And like Rob said, we're always pleased to support the Cobb Chamber at events like this, especially when we have such an honored guest in Governor Kemp attending today. The Governor's a great friend of this chamber, as we all know, and it's an honor to be able to co-sponsor his appearance with my good friend Rob and our friends from Pinnacle. Let me tell you in just a quick minute about our firm. Our firm enjoyed a great 2023, and we recently celebrated our 27th anniversary on April 1st. Some people wonder why Ben launched the firm on April Fool's Day, but I won't go there. We're a very different law firm than we were 27 years ago when we had 1 office, 8 attorneys, and 3 staff. Today we're 380 attorneys, 40 paralegals, and 230 professionals for a total headcount of over 650 members. We're one of the largest litigation defense law firms in the country. 2023 also marked the completion of the first full year of our Freeman Mathis Decisions governmental relations team that I'm part of. We had another great legislative session with many successes for our government affairs clients. Thanks to the governor and his team for all the strong support on numerous pro-business legislation that you'll hear more about shortly. Governor, we're looking forward to your signing many of those bills. Today, Freeman Mathis and Gary encompasses 31 offices in 19 states. Since this time last year, we've added new offices in Phoenix, Denver, and Albuquerque. This month, we're going to open our newest office in Fort Lauderdale. While we never talk in terms of a headquarters, we have a strong one-firm philosophy. Cobb County and the Galleria are where our firm was founded and remains our largest office. Our executive management team is located at the Galleria, where we now occupy 3 floors and have over 200 employees. We're proud members of the Cobb County community. Our firm is not only deeply involved in the Cobb Chamber, but in nonprofits and other activities throughout the entire county. Many of us call Cobb home for our families, and we're very committed to Cobb County and its continued success. We're very proud of all the great work that this chamber does, I know firsthand. Thanks to everyone here for your commitment to our community. Governor, thanks for all you do, and welcome back to Cobb County. Thank you.
Thank you, Trey and Rob. I kept looking over there as I'm standing here about signing bills. I don't understand why they were looking at me, but I'm not signing any bills. So for almost 6 years, Brian Kemp has been the governor in the great state of Georgia. 10 consecutive years as the #1 place in this country to do business. That's pretty incredible. He continues to lead our state to combat high inflation, strengthen public safety, support teachers and education initiatives by putting students and parents first. As a small business owner, he understands the challenges of workforce development, government overreach, and creating opportunities for business to survive and grow in the state of Georgia. Bottom line is he gets things done. I think we all know that. We all see that in his time as governor here. We're honored again to have the governor and First Lady Marty Kemp join us today. Now, a few things you should know about the governor. He and Marty and the 3 girls have a family farm in Athens. When he has some free time, he's been known to rip it up a bit on his John Deere. I've heard from really good sources you need to stay out of the way, as the DNR would be proud of the work that he's done on his 40-acre ranch. So, Governor, I want you to join me for this next little bit. Did you see the picture? Okay. It's a little bit of an older tractor. So many of us are obviously wondering, like, what's he going to do next? And he's been very secret about that. I'm going to share a possibility with you. He is a very intense, competitive family cornhole champion. And he has aspirations to join the pro circuit. And so based on those aspirations and championship caliber, I'd like to ask Liddy Brown from Speed Pro, who was nice enough to provide this new cornhole set for the governor. So we'll have to ask Marty to provide us with some results after you put that thing to the test, Governor. So thank you, Liddy. Ladies and gentlemen, our governor from the state of Georgia, Mr. Brian Kemp.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Thank y'all very much. Just two things, Mike. John Deere tractor's green, not blue. And I'm going to sell beer and peanuts at the Braves game after I get done being governor. But I just want to thank you and the Cobb Chamber for having Marty and I back. We just look forward to this event, and really any time we can spend time with some of Georgia's great job creators and a lot of great community leaders that are here today. And I certainly want to thank Jay Cunningham and Ben Mathis, Rob Garcia, Jeff Fructo for their sponsorships today, and just thank Sharon and the whole team at Cobb for just continuing to put on a great show outside of, my introduction. I am excited about the cornhole boards, though. That's pretty sweet. Also, just want to thank two great leaders in higher education that continue to help us really put the workforce of not only today, but of the future, with Ron Newcomb and President Kat Schwaig for being here with us today. We're so grateful for what they do, and I look forward to hearing Kat's positive developments that we're seeing in Cobb, both from a business and a workforce perspective. And finally, I just want to acknowledge, like Mike did, a person that has just been an incredible talent for our state, but also just a great human being, and has worked incredibly hard over the last 5 years, and that's General Tom Carden, our Adjutant General. Thank you, Tom. And I know Mike mentioned about General Carden's future service, and we're just hate losing Tom Carden. He's a great leader, but it makes me feel good about our country and about keeping our country safe and helping our allies around the world. And I know your leadership will continue to do great things, not only for our state, but also for the rest of the country. And we are just so excited about the leadership that we have in the Georgia National Guard and our military servicemen and women that are serving in the state of Georgia. We continue to have folks go up the rankings, which has people complaining a little bit about the state, but it's good for our people, and they are great leaders. And I know that General Dwayne Wilson is going to step in. We're looking forward to the changing of the command, and I know General Wilson's going to do a great job. He's been a part of this team for a long time now, and some of the great work that our Guard has done, and they have done work that they are traditionally not used to doing during the last 5 years when you think about COVID and civil unrest and other things. And it's because of General Carden's leadership, but also General Wilson, that we've done really amazing things in our state. But Tom, we want to wish you all the best, and thank you very much for your service. Also, just want to acknowledge the Cobb delegation has a lot of members of the General Assembly that are part of the local delegation, so I won't name names, but I just want to thank you all so much for a great legislative session and for continuing to support some great things that we're doing in our state. This team, our record of success in economic development, a lot of the other things that we've done in the state, it is not a one-person team. It is a big team of people that are working under the Gold Dome, and I just appreciate the members of the local delegation, for especially those that are here today. Also want to just acknowledge a great friend, great leader for our state that does a lot of great things along with his colleagues on the Public Service Commission to keep a business-friendly environment. Commissioner Fitz Johnson's with us today. Fitz, we appreciate your service and those of all the local elected officials that we have. You know, being in the shadow of Truist Park and coming off another successful Masters weekend, also incredible Braves victory yesterday, I want to take a moment just to celebrate the incredible growth that we're seeing in the metro Atlanta area, but also statewide as the global hub for athletics and sports events. We have world-class venues and infrastructure. We continue to attract events that will have a major economic impact on this community, but also our state. And we have a lot more coming in the days ahead that we're really excited about. We'll have our second National College Football Playoff Championship, first state to host that event twice. We also have the All-Star Game coming right here in our shadows, and in 2026 we'll play a major part in the FIFA World Cup. Last week at a pickup match, we set a world record at Mercedes-Benz for a female soccer event, just for a normal friendly match of over 51,000 people. And in the shadows of that at the Georgia World Congress Center, there was literally, I think, almost 50,000 people that were at a volleyball championship. So we're seeing it from really one end of the spectrum to the other. And then just last week, we were really excited to break ground on the new home of U.S. Soccer in Fayette County, which will create 440 new jobs through a $228 million investment. So all of these things are major drivers of economic activity, and they continue to bring in hundreds of thousands and sometimes millions of dollars to the local and regional market. And that's part of the power of being a major destination for athletics. We're certainly proud of what the Braves are doing right here in Cobb County, and just so many incredible companies that are here and those that will soon be as you look at the new construction around this complex. It's incredible to see the growth here, and I know that is because of the leadership of you all in the Cobb County Chamber of Commerce and never wavering on that mission and that vision that you all had several years ago. In the last 5 years alone, Cobb has welcomed 28 economic development projects representing almost 4,500 jobs and over $345 million of investment. Across the entire 29-county metro Atlanta region, those numbers rise to 637 projects, over 91,000 jobs, and over $40 billion of investment. And then statewide, 171,000 new jobs and $75 billion of investment. Now keep in mind, these are just projects where the state had a role to play. This does not take into account the organic growth that we've seen and that you all are making happen every single day in your local community and those around the state. With this much success, we've been able to make key investments in our state to keep our state strong while also putting money back in the hard-working pockets of our taxpayers. And I again want to just thank the members of the General Assembly for their support and leadership on so many of these issues. One of those going into this legislative session was an acceleration of our historic income tax cut that I signed 2 years ago. After it becomes law, this year's income tax rate will drop from 5.39% from 5.75%. This will represent an annual savings of $3 billion for taxpayers over the next 10 years. That is, and keep in mind, this is all on top of more than $5 billion that we have returned to Georgia taxpayers in the form of property tax exemptions, multiple suspensions of the motor fuel tax, and income tax refunds over the last 2 years. We've been able to confidently take these actions because of our responsible approach to balancing the state budget and on the backs of 3 straight record-breaking years for economic development and another incredible year, even in this environment of breaking trade records, $49.7 billion in exports, and for a total trade value of $186 billion. We also have made significant one-time investments to address critical needs for years to come. In the 2 budgets that passed this year with the support and efforts of our legislators, we put an additional $1.5 billion of cash at the Georgia Department of Transportation for additional projects focused on local improvement projects that will be happening all over the state, helping keep our people busy and our folks working in this state, but also dealing with freight and logistics to make sure that we're getting goods and certain products to the marketplace in a timely manner. And that really continues to matter when we're being judged by others on who the best states to do business are. We also put an incredible $250 million into water and sewer infrastructure loans. You know, our growth has been so prominent around the state in all markets. It's really stressed a lot of the local government's infrastructure, whether it's water, wastewater, and other things. This additional money will offer low-interest loans so that those communities can continue to grow and provide the services that the businesses and the communities in those areas need. So we're really excited about that. I think Mike mentioned a teacher pay raise. In 5 years, or a little over 5 years, we have done $9,500 of pay raises for our teachers and educators since I took office. This is unprecedented in the Southeast. We continue to lead the Southeast, and I appreciate the General Assembly's commitment to making sure our teachers are paid well, but also just thanking them for what they do every single day in our classrooms. They are educating the future workforce and the future family leaders of our state, and it's vital that we continue to have good people in the classroom. We also did a $3,000 increase for our DFAX workers who continue to do just incredible work in a very tough environment here in our state. So we're thankful for them, as well as the $3,000 pay raise for state law enforcement, who has worked so hard to help protect and work with our local law enforcement agencies. That will make the total law enforcement pay increase over the last 2 years $9,000, so that we continue to keep the best and brightest in state law enforcement. We also, thanks to the support of the General Assembly, have been on the forefront of keeping our schools and our classrooms secure. You know, when I ran for office, I ran on a school security plan. In 2019, we put tens of millions of dollars directly into the classroom with complete local support of our local educators and superintendents to keep our teachers and our students and our folks on campuses safe. This year, last year we knew that we had more to do, and we were hearing that from our superintendents. And so we put another chunk of money in last year with complete local control. But a lot of the educators were telling us, listen, we need certainty on that money to be able to really budget and have a vision for what we need to do, not only now, but into the future, and to be able to budget and plan for that. So this year, with the support of the General Assembly, we put over $100 million in the formula for school safety, so that money will continue to go year after year to keep our kids and our classrooms safe. We also continue to work very hard on our workforce, and Georgia, thankfully, has been a state that's done that for decades, and we continue to do that now. It's probably our biggest recruitment tool, but also our biggest challenge. Every state in the country coming out of COVID was dealing with workforce issues, and thankfully we have done better than most, and I just applaud all of our educators in the room, from the K through 12 system, our technical college system, Quick Start program, and our university system, who are doing so much to educate the workforce of the future. But we have continued to look for innovative ways to do even more. And last fall, I rolled out the Georgia Match program, which is the largest direct college admissions program in the country. 132,000 high school seniors received letters letting them know that we're holding a spot for them at one of our USG or TCSG institutions based on their qualifications and their high school transcripts. From now on, every high school student in Georgia will know that they have a higher education path open to them, especially those who don't traditionally consider a post-secondary education. I would ask and challenge you all to make sure that rising juniors and sophomores and freshmen that are in high school, just make sure that they are aware of this program. I know Chris Ragsdale's here today. Our K through 12 educators and counselors have been helping us with this. Our technical colleges and university system schools have been on the forefront of raising awareness, but we just have a lot of families that don't understand through the Hope Scholarship and the Hope Grant the tuition-free opportunities that they have to get these children trained in a great field where it will really change their economic outlook in the state. And that is what Georgia Match is focused on, and I hope you all would just help us continue to spread that word. We also this year passed legislation strengthening our high-demand career pipeline and unveiled a new CCRPI metric rewarding schools for emphasizing careers in high-need areas. Rest assured, though, we still have a lot of work to do when it comes to our workforce, and we'll continue to do that in the years ahead. I also just want to highlight some other accomplishments thanks to a person I call the greatest First Lady in the country, Marty Kemp. This year we passed the 9th piece of legislation. The 9th piece of legislation fighting human trafficking, making it more difficult for illicit massage parlors to operate in our state. Marty and the Grace Commission, again with the help of the General Assembly, have done incredible work, really showing the rest of the country what can be done at the state level to raise the awareness of this evil crime, to go after the perpetrators, but also to help the innocent victims. And I just appreciate what they have done so much. We also took a first meaningful step towards tort reform, and we invested records amount in mental health services. I know something that every business and every family in our state is dealing with. We are putting well over $1 billion toward programs and agencies in this space throughout the state, and it'll continue to be a focus of not only mine but has been of the General Assembly. I'm also excited later this week to go back to Athens, our hometown, and break ground on a new medical school building at the University of Georgia in Athens, and we'll be doing the same soon at a new dental facility at the campus of Georgia Southern University in Savannah to help strengthen our healthcare workforce in the state. I just want to thank you all for working alongside us to build such a prosperous state and such a great place to live, work, and raise our families. I talk a lot about the Georgia way of doing business to prospective companies. I always emphasize our partnership approach to working with job creators like you, as well as our local elected officials, economic development authorities, and other folks to bring opportunities to our communities. I know you don't realize it sometimes, but you guys play a crucial role in that success, and I look forward to continuing to work with you to do more of that in the years to come. Thank you again for having us. God bless.
We're going to go off script here a little bit. I'm going to introduce you Senator Kay Kirkpatrick. Kay?
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Mike. I'm Senator Kay Kirkpatrick, and I'm proud to represent Senate District 32. And I'm also proud to represent Dobbins on the Georgia Joint Defense Commission. Our next meeting will be in Augusta on Tuesday. It should be a little quieter over there, I'm guessing. And I wanted to share with you a Senate resolution honoring General Carden. This is personal for me because General Carden is my commanding officer in the Georgia State Defense Force. This is a good news, bad news situation for me and many others in Georgia. As Mike said, this is bittersweet. We really hate losing General Carden. The good news is, although this resolution, there's a lot to say about General Carden, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Otherwise, we'd be here until dark. So I'm going to read some of the key points in this resolution. Whereas on January 11, 2024, Major General Tom Carden Jr., Adjutant General of the Georgia National Guard, was nominated by President Biden to serve as Deputy Commander of the U.S. Northern Command and Vice Commander, U.S. Element North American Aerospace Defense Command, Peterson Air Force Base, Colorado. And whereas he was also nominated for appointment to the rank of Lieutenant General, and whereas Major General Carden became the 43rd Adjutant General of the Georgia Department of Defense on January 26 of 2019, during a ceremony at the Clay National Guard Center in Marietta by appointment by Governor Brian Kemp. And whereas Major General Carden has served in his capacity as the Adjutant General of the Georgia National Guard based in Cobb County, Georgia, he has become a beloved citizen and pillar of the community, not only serving the men and women of the Georgia National Guard, but the civilians in both the public and private sectors. And whereas there will be a change of command ceremony on May 4th, 2024, and Major General Richard Dwayne Wilson will become the Adjutant General of the Georgia National Guard, whereas while the Cobb County community is elated for Major General Tom Carden on his promotion and new appointment, the men and women of this great community will miss the Carden family and remind them they're always welcome to come home to Georgia. And whereas it is abundantly fitting and proper that the outstanding accomplishments of Major General Tom Carden Jr. be appropriately recognized and that he be honored for his dedication, service, and commitment to his country, now therefore be it resolved by the Senate that the members of this body recognize and commend Major General Tom Carden Jr. for his exemplary military service and dedication to the state of Georgia and his country, and extend best wishes for continued success as he continues to do right to protect the United States of America. This was signed on March 28, 2024 by Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, President of the Senate, Senator John Kennedy, the President Pro Tem of the Senate, David Cook, the Secretary of the Senate, and myself. And General Carden, where are you? Thank you for your friendship and your leadership.
Senator Kirkpatrick, I can't, Senator Dr. K, I can't thank you enough, and I can't thank the whole Cobb County community enough for allowing me just to be in the room with you. You know, this is a great community. Hard to fail in this job. You know, as a leader, you're responsible for everything your organization does or fails to do. So when something goes wrong, that belongs to me. But I'll tell you, a lot of things have gone right in the last 5 years, and I'm getting way more credit than I deserve. I work for the best governor on the planet. As far as I know, I'm a little bit biased, but I work for the best governor on the planet. We've got the best General Assembly on the planet. We've got such a great community, and we talk a lot about values. Organizations talk a whole lot about values, but I'll tell you when you'll find out about values, and that's when the belts get tight. And I'll tell you, March 2nd of 2020, the belts got tight in Cobb County. Sharon Mason, John Loud, Greg T, Mike Plant, many leaders represented in this room gave so unselfishly of your time and talent, and you threw a safety net to help people that you didn't even know. And it really told me a lot about you and about what this community stands for, because you absolutely live your values, and it's just been such an honor just to be a small part of this team. You know, I told the governor when he picked General Wilson to backfill me, and you all feel the same way as soon as Dwayne gets in the seat. You're going to wonder why you didn't run me out of here sooner. I'm living proof that in addition to a whole lot of grace, the good Lord's got an excellent sense of humor, or I wouldn't be here. But I will say this in closing, I think the best is yet to come for the Georgia National Guard. You know, you look at where we are with brand new C-130Js and our flying wing down in Savannah, thanks to Lockheed, built in Georgia, flown by Georgians, our wing in Warner Robins, filled in the Advanced Battle Management System for the Air Force, the Georgia Army National Guard being at 108% strength, taking on new and innovative force structure to protect not only the state, but the nation. And our portfolio starts in the 5th grade with a STAR-based program, 2 at-risk youth programs with Youth Challenge, Homeland Defense, Homeland Security portfolio, and then the warfight. We've got more than 2,100 men and women from the Georgia National Guard in harm's way right now. And if I could ask one additional thing of you, I ask you, if you're so inclined, to pray for them and their families as they stand in the gap between freedom and tyranny, because they're getting after it for you, they're getting after it for me, and for, more importantly, for our country at large. Last thing, you're going to turn on the internet today, you're going to turn on the TV, go to InstaFlash and MyPage and MyGram and all that. Somebody's going to try to pull you apart. Somebody's going to tell you what's wrong with the country, and I just want you to look around this room and I want you to take it in for a minute. And I say this all the time, right here in Cobb County, because of you, because the leadership of the chamber as a foundation of this community, right? You're what's good and right about this country, and please don't ever forget it. May God bless y'all. God bless America. Thank you so much.
So I'm standing back there and listening to the governor, listening to Kay, Major General, and I think he hit it on the head. It's one of the reasons I know I can speak for all my Braves colleagues. 10 years ago, when we kind of shocked the world and said we're moving to Cobb County, this continues to drive home the reason for us is this is a room full of doers. And that's the difference, I think, of people that join together, look at a tough challenge in front of them, but find a way to get to that finish line. And so I know we're all, to this day, still grateful for all the leaders, all the doers that help make this state and this county so successful. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. So now, when I was asked to be the chairman, Kevin Espy was selected Cobb chairman. He did an incredible job, but Kevin was willing to pass the baton, and so I made one call, and she just accepted without any hesitation. She's a very active member of this chamber in many leadership positions. So my pleasure to introduce you our Select Cobb chairwoman, the president of KSU, Dr. Kat Schwaig.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Kat Schwaig, and it is an honor to stand before you today as not only the president of Kennesaw State University, but also as the 2024 chair of Select Cobb. I'm filled with a sense of purpose and excitement about the future of Cobb County and the role that we play in helping to shape it. For those of you who are not aware, Select Cobb is the economic development organization for Cobb County, housed here in the Cobb Chamber. We provide support and programming to local companies and market Cobb County on the global stage. It is through assistance of our public, private, and community-wide partners that we can implement our economic development strategy of helping to generate high-wage jobs, encourage new private investment, build a pipeline of top talent, assist companies with international trade, and cultivate new businesses through entrepreneurship, small business development. Economic development is not just about statistics and data. It is about people and businesses, entrepreneurs and innovators, and our thriving community as we work to create opportunities to foster growth so that everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Select Cobb is overseen by a board of directors who help to fund the initiatives through public and private investments. These leaders have a vested interest in ensuring Cobb County continues to grow and thrive. Their logos and names are displayed on the screens before you. We appreciate our investors and partners for your contributions that help to make Select Cobb financially viable. We have many great organizations that have stepped up at the leadership, the platinum, the gold, the silver, and small business investment levels. Would all of our Select Cobb investors at all levels please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your commitment to economic growth in Cobb County. In our rapidly changing world, economic development is more crucial than ever. We face unprecedented challenges from the complexities of globalization and technological disruption, but with these challenges come opportunities, and we as a community must innovate, adapt, and build a brighter future for generations to come. As corporate, educational, and governmental leaders in this community, we have a responsibility to harness these opportunities and to steer our community toward prosperity. It's not a task that falls on any one individual or organization, but requires collaboration, vision, and a commitment to the common good, which is the hallmark of how Select Cobb operates. Since 2012, we have assisted in creating and preserving over 45,000 jobs and $6.1 billion of new investment in our community by helping to secure 244 unique project wins. The Select Cobb team has been busy developing strong partnerships with local, state, and regional officials, as well as utility providers, educational institutions, workforce agencies, and site selection consultants to help us continue marketing Cobb County as the premier business destination in Metro Atlanta. 2023 was a strong year for economic development in Cobb County. In addition to our 25 recruitment and retention wins, we were also able to launch an entrepreneurship guide to assist businesses in starting up and growing in our community, implement a web-based database of available land and properties with our county, city, and CID partners, collaborate with Cobb County government on providing $4.5 million in grants to early childhood education and child care centers, partner with Kennesaw State University on the Hatch Bridge Incubator's first cohort of companies, and support existing companies with assistance and guidance through more than 140 industry visits around Cobb and in the context of our Business Walks event in the North Cobb and Town Center markets. In addition to the economic development programs, the Cobb Workforce Partnership works diligently with our education, nonprofit, and private sectors to address our short-term and long-term talent. Thank you, Jay Cunningham of Superior Plumbing and newly formed Superior Cooling and Heating, and John Loud of Loud Security Systems for your leadership as co-chairs of the Cobb Workforce Partnership, as well as Secret Holland of Gas South for your role as chair of the HR Roundtable Series. These are all critical components of our ability to be a convener in our community and to ensure we are a top destination for business. This past year, we and our partners were able to support many workforce programs, such as Be Pro, Be Proud, Georgia, the Superior Plumbing Vector Center at Chattahoochee Technical College, the Realign Restart program with the Cobb Sheriff's Office and WorkSource Cobb, business community involvement in the Cobb Innovation and Technology Academy and Marietta College and Career Academy, and partnering with Henry Callis Foundation and WorkSource Cobb on youth internships and job shadowing programs. And finally, supporting academic and student achievement at Chattahoochee Tech through the statewide GOAL program. In addition to these programs, we also launched 2 new workforce resources in 2023 that included an online workforce resource portal to share information on how to improve the talent pipeline for employers, and a partnership with nonprofit organizations to host career fairs that help connect job seekers with job opportunities. From the international perspective, I'd like to thank Jeff McCoy of J.P. Morgan Chase & Company, chair of our international program. This initiative has 2 main missions. First, to provide service and assistance to international companies with foreign direct investment in Cobb, and second, to assist domestic companies with export services. Last year, we launched a successful trade mission to Dusseldorf, Germany, where we solidified relationships with organizations that assist companies in expanding their global footprint. We appreciate your leadership as we provide these valuable resources to our local business community. Lastly, I'd like to thank Catherine Smith of Walton Birch and Ekwa Liao of the Cobb County District Attorney's Office, the co-chairs of our Small Business Committee. Your efforts to bring education and networking to our local business community is an important part of our mission, and we could not do this work without you. Thank you for your dedication to Select Cobb. Today, as we look to the horizon, let us rededicate ourselves to this noble cause of community prosperity. Let us work to attract investment, to support entrepreneurship, to educate talent, and to create quality jobs. Let us embrace innovation and creativity as the engines of progress, driving us forward to a future of opportunity. I want to thank each and every one of you for your dedication to our shared mission. Together, we have the power to shape the future and build a world that is prosperous and sustainable for all. Please give me one more round of applause for our select Cobb investors. You are those who helped to make this happen, and we could not do this without you. Thank you.
All right, now as we close out today's program, I'd like to thank all the sponsors again today. I'd like to thank Mark and Rhonda for the gifts for our speakers today. Again, thank you for doing that. So before we adjourn, I have a few announcements. Nominations for the Women of Distinction Award are now open through Friday, April 26th. The Women of Distinction Award recognizes a woman who has demonstrated exceptional leadership through her professional endeavors, community involvement, and social responsibility. Nominations may be found on the Chamber website. Join us on May 8th for our AI for Business Summit. This event features experts discussing the impact of AI is making on business, healthcare, and economic development throughout our region. Gain insights into the ways businesses have adapted to and capitalize on the opportunities presented by AI technologies. Registration is also open on the Chamber website. Our Cobb Youth Leadership applications are currently available on the Chamber's website. This leadership development program is for students who will be high school juniors next school year and are attending public or private schools in Cobb County. They are due Friday, April 26th, so please tell any current sophomores that may be interested to definitely check it out and register. So registration for the 2024 DC Fly-In in September, bad news, good news, sold out. So thanks to all of you. We are taking a waiting list though, and certainly we'll work to see if we can add some additional visits. Visit the Chamber website if you would like to get on that waiting list today. Please mark your calendars for our upcoming Marquee Mondays. May 13th, we will be celebrating our Small Businesses of the Year. June 10th, Commission Chairwoman Lisa Cupid will provide the State of the County update. Registrations for both programs are open, and please, we look forward to seeing you there. Last, I would say the strategic trip in Salt Lake City in August is also still open for registration, so please go to the Cobb Chamber website to take care of joining us on that trip. So without further ado, great afternoon with always fortunate to have the governor here. And Major General, we are going to miss you. As I said, make sure you come and see us when you have a little bit of spare time. And thank you for everyone for being here at the lunch again today. Have a